everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another book review. I just read another book. It's called Images of America, Hoosier High School Basketball. And this was actually written, there's Booker T. Washington High School. And let's see, 2002 by Bob Adams. And it talks about, of course, where Hoosiers was filmed. That school no longer exists. And it talks about where Jim Davis went to school and James Dean. It also mentions a hobo that actually helped a man named Mr. Walgreen create Walgreens drugstores. So apparently Walgreen was originally from here, which I didn't know. I thought, he's from the Midwest? I didn't know that. I like the chapter about girls playing basketball. Because some schools had deemed it a sissy sport. But in the early days, girls would play basketball as well. And actually, I think it's more common nowadays for girls to play. And they mentioned John Wooden, who is a figure in basketball, especially to the Hoosier State. So Mr. Wooden is a big, big deal. And they have a picture of Glenn Curtis. This is interesting. I thought this was a nice little addendum. I'm just going to go ahead and read the excerpt on him. Glenn Curtis won over 500 games as a coach at Lebanon, Rushville, Martinsville, and Indiana State. He won a state championship with Lebanon in 1918, his first season as a head coach. He was John Wooden's high school coach in Martinsville. See, that's why I knew who this was. Wooden followed Curtis at Indiana State before moving on to UCLA, where he won 10 NCAA championships. Curtis went on to coach 3 more state championship teams at Martinsville before taking the Indiana State job. He was elected to the Indiana High School Basketball Hall of Fame in 1962. That was the only mention of Wooden or Martinsville, but I thought it was really cool that they had that. And then they have the gymnasiums, and I like the photographs in here. I'll show you some. One on the top is Quincy. It's a spot on the map in Owen County. I know about Quincy. I've been through it. Fort Wayne War Memorial Coliseum. It was opened in the 1950s. It was host to several sectionals, regionals, and semifinals. Since the advent of class basketball, the only basketball played in the building is Allen County Athletic Conference Tourney. But this is just odds and ends. It's not really that long of a book, but it is a little interesting book of curiosities if you're into basketball or you want to know the history of it here in the state. But I'm glad I picked it up. I'm glad I read it. And it was a very interesting book, and it's more of a reference book, and it's something that I would like to keep in my library just to show my children and say, this is why it's important. Basketball itself was actually invented in Massachusetts. However, it was, well, I'm still thinking it is still the bread and butter of Hoosiers. So I know the saying, there's more than corn in Indiana, kind of grates on people sometimes, but it's true. And it's not boring. I don't know why people say it's boring. Oh, I'm going to drive through it. Well, if you come in the fall, it's absolutely beautiful. If you stay in the countryside, it's gorgeous. You've got forests, you've got trees, you've got all sorts of animals and birds that you wouldn't necessarily have anywhere else. You've got fisheries, you've got eagles that are coming back. Actually, they soar over 37. I've seen more eagles in my neighborhood, which really makes me happy because it's my totem. But it's just absolutely sensational that they're coming back in full force and doing a lot better than they were in the past. And reading that book actually gave me a lot of nostalgia and made me happy that I'm a Hoosier. So that's about all I got to say. So until next time. Live long, prosper. Ciao, tutti.